Senator Sheehan.
Thank you, Madam President. I'd also like to commend the Chair of Judiciary, as well as all the members of Judiciary, as well as the sponsor and co-sponsor of this legislation. I think the debate and the process exemplified the best in the Senate in the tradition of discussion and debate. While the state may recognize same-gender marriages, the state is still constitutionally bound to respect the religious convictions of the church, and I think this legislation does just that. Specifically, the church should not be required to recognize same-gender civil marriages, as well as not face any state sanctions or consequences for doing so. That's where I agree with the church. Where we part company is that I do not share in the opinion that homosexuality is, quote, immoral and sinful behavior. I refuse to believe that homosexuals will be eternally damned for just being who they are. I say, Madam President, who they are because I'm convinced that sexual orientation is not an aberrant or sinful lifestyle, but rather an unelected and immutable part of an individual's core identity. I think anyone who has had the opportunity to truly get to know someone in the gay community would agree. Since Thomas Jefferson audaciously penned these historic words, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, and that they are endowed by the Creator with certain unalienable rights, amongst them life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Our nation's history has been marked with a struggle towards greater equality under the law for all its citizens. This was the case with women's suffrage, as well as civil rights for African Americans and others. While neither of these causes were popular at their time, and they were not popular, women who demonstrated for equality were kicked and spat on and beat up. Similarly, and worse, even for African Americans and others who stood up for them. However, they still persevered. They endured to acquire greater equality under the law and did so with dignity. I believe that gay citizens of Rhode Island have embarked upon a similar journey toward the Jeffersonian ideal of equality under the law, which is currently enshrined in the 14th Amendment of our United States Constitution, which we've all taken an oath to uphold. Honoring the spirit of equality under the law, if not the letter, of our nation's highest law, I will vote today to support this measure to extend the same rights and privileges to gay couples in Rhode Island. Thank you, Madam President.
This concludes our program. We'll now take some photographs.